We do have a special guest with us who's been kind enough to take time to visit with us. Lyndal, if you will, do the honors for us.
Yeah, Alex Gordon recently retired after spending his entire 14-year big league career with the Kansas City Royals. The 8-time Gold Glove outfielder helped the Royals to win 2 American League pennants in the 2015 World Series. Next Sunday in Kansas City, Alex will be inducted into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame in ceremonies at Hy-Vee Arena. It's our honor to welcome Alex to the Sports Reporters. Alex, thanks for your time. How are you?
I'm doing well, guys. Thanks for having me.
We appreciate your time. It's been about 6 weeks since your final game. Has it sunk in yet that you're officially retired? And what's life been like the last 6 weeks?
It really hasn't sunk in. It kind of just feels like a normal off season right now with family and kids, and just taking a few months off. But I'm sure once everybody starts kicking it back into gear as far as training and going off to spring training, wherever that is, I'm sure that's when it'll sink in even more. But just been hanging out with the family lately and trying to play a lot more golf than I have in the past. So those two things are kind of keeping me busy right now.
Alex, with the era in which we're living right now, and you were part of the pandemic closed down season, how did it resonate with you when spring training was disrupted and then you had the long layoff? How did you react to it?
I think everybody was frustrated with it just because we were so close to starting the season. I mean, you train all off season, and then spring training, it's really about just working to get to opening day and be healthy and be ready to go. And, I think we were just a few days away, and everybody was, geared up, ready to go. And then all of a sudden, I'll remember it like it was yesterday. We were just in the cage, it was raining, and we were taking BP, and all of a sudden everyone's phone started ringing, and just all these rumors about the season being shut down and what was going on. So it was frustrating, but at the same time, I'm glad that we were able to find a kind of a happy medium with the Players Association and MLB to try to get things going again. It wasn't ideal as far as the season, but give a lot of people credit for getting things done and working our way through the season and having a kind of a fun postseason to watch.
Alex, it was unfortunate that fans weren't able to be in the stands this year, especially unable to give you a send-off in your final home game. Was that something that you were able to come to terms with, or just how disappointing is it to be able to go out as a Royal and not have the fans there to enjoy that final game?
I've had so much love and support from the fans over my career, whether it's been good or bad, that I wish they were there, but at the same time, just everything they've done for me over the years, it really didn't matter. I think just I knew how much they supported me, how much they cared about me. So it wasn't ideal to go out like that, but at the same time, the Kansas City Royals did a great job of sending me off and making me feel special those last 4 games against Detroit. And I can't thank them enough for everything they did. They went over the top as far as making that day special for myself and my family. So very much appreciated from the Royals.
Tell the folks a little bit about your final game, the final game of the season, as a matter of fact, and how manager Matheny handled your final appearance out there.
Well, it was kind of a tough day just because it was raining, and we didn't even think we were going to get the game in. Just bad storms, and Matheny called me in the night before, and they're in it for Zimmerman because that might have been his last game too with the Tigers, and he was a righty, and then they're going to bring in a tough lefty. So Matheny wanted me to go out with one at bat and against the righty, so he said I was going to bat leadoff, and honestly, my whole goal was to try to go deep right there, my first at bat. I used to be able to do it back in the day, batting leadoff, but it wasn't the same, and had a tough at bat, struck out, but at the same time, it was all about the support and the love from my teammates in the Kansas City. So,
Alex, to be an 8-time Gold Glove winner, and I know you take so much pride in your defense. What was the key in becoming such an outstanding and stellar defensive player during your career?
Well, it was an important time in my career in 2010. I was coming off hip surgery in 2009, and then a broken hand in 2010. And, about 2 weeks in the season, they came to me with a position change. And at that time, I kind of lost confidence with not being able to train, not being able to, work dealing with injuries. So, I lost confidence over there at third and wasn't playing quite to the level I wanted to. But at the same time, when they did the position change, it was kind of almost not that I wanted to, but it was a relief that, okay, maybe I need to change, maybe I need to start off with something else. And, that's the way I approached it, just to stay positive, keep my head up and keep working. And when I went down to AAA in 2010, I was very fortunate to have Rusty Kuntz, you can talk to anybody around the league, is very well respected as one of the best, coaches as far as base running and outfielding. So to have him down there to work with me and just to put in the work every day to get back to where I thought I belonged, that was my whole mindset. And then once that, that came true, getting back to the big leagues, I just took that same approach, every day in my career, just never being satisfied, always working in practice and making sure I was always prepared for a game.
Yeah, Alex, a couple of times, at least a couple anyway, you were also down in Double-A with Wichita and then later Northwest Arkansas. I must admit I can't remember whether or not you played any games here in Springfield or not, but does that brief assignment, so to speak, in Double-A, does that resonate with you at all, and was it a help?
So those were rehab. That was a rehab assignment. When I went to Double-A, that was with the hip, and it resonates with me for sure. I think the fun things when you look back on it now is when you did go down there, you really didn't know too much about the players down there, and you get to go down there and you get to see the Cam Gallaghers in Double-A, the Ryan O'Hearns, and then you get called back up to after your rehab's done, and then later in your career you end up playing with them, but just to watch them develop. And getting to know them in that situation, it's fun to see their career develop, and you're always kind of pulling for them at the same time. So I got to see that with those guys, and then another group on Hosmer and Salvy. I got to see that too. So those are always special to experience.
Alex,
that with them.
The Royals have a fair amount of young talent right now. Is it anywhere comparable to what you saw in the early 2010s, where they're maybe building toward another title contention?
Yeah, this might be even better as far as the arms. I think it was different because we had the Salvy, the Hosmer, the Kane, the Moose. It was all position players, and then you could throw in a couple pitchers here and there. But I feel like that development was more of a position during that transition. Where this time it feels like it's more pitchers, and it's just one after another. So you got to see a brief period of them this year with Bubik and Singer, but there's still a lot more to come. So it's exciting when you get to see it and see the talent and kind of predict on what they're going to do going forward. So the future's looking bright for the Royals.
Visiting with Alex Gordon, who will be going into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame later on this month. Matter of fact, it's next weekend up in the Kansas City area. Alex, let's go back to your college days. Was playing at Nebraska the major benefit that you found it, or that you thought it was going to be, and did it help you in your career?
Absolutely. At the time, when you're in high school, your whole dream, at least for most kids, is to make it to the major leagues. And I was in high school. I was a pretty highly touted prospect, and I was supposed to go high in the draft, but my parents knew that me going to college would make me better off as a player and as a man as far as developing. And they let the scouts know that it was going to take a lot to make me change my mind. And so I never went drafted. I think teams didn't want to take a chance with me, and I ended up going to college. And it did. It made me a better player, on and off the field. So it was huge for my development, and I would, unless you're a first rounder or something like that, I would recommend going to college and experience that.
Glad you said that too. We asked that to a number of the big leaguers who have played in college in the past. I want to jog your memory just a little bit. And I have to understand where we are in the geographic sense of Missouri and the Midwest and so forth. We have to trumpet our achievements. 2003, and you would have been sophomore or junior at Nebraska then.
In 2003, I would have been a freshman, and then I ended up getting drafted in 2005.
Our college team up there played Nebraska in the regionals. Do you remember any of that at all? This is Missouri State University, about whom I'm talking.
Oh yeah. It was in 2003. It was a tough get-go for us. We knew we had some good competition, and looking back on it now, to see the guys that we played and see what they did in the big leagues, it kind of speaks volumes for why they kind of put it to us in the regionals. So they had a good team, and they came in here, and we were the favorites and everything, but they ran the table on us, and then you got to see them just do that in the Super Region and carry it over in the World Series. So much respect for those guys and what they did in our regional.
Good memory. Very good memory.
Alex, with all the knowledge you've built up over your big league career, do you have any desire to go into coaching or managing at some level at some point, or are you content with doing other things in your life?
As of right now, I think I've let a lot of people know that at least for a year or two, I kind of want to just sit back, relax, and enjoy the family and spend time with them. Baseball's been very, very great for me and my family. It's done a lot for us as far as traveling, taking care of our family, but at the same time, it does take away a lot of family time. And with a 10-year-old, a 7-year-old, and a 3-year-old, we miss out on a lot of activities and a lot of things they do, especially in the summertime. So I just want to kind of sit back, be a dad for them for a couple of years, and then kind of readjust and see where life takes me from there.
What is the athletic regimen for your young kids? Do they all show athletic skills?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, they're still young, so right now it's all about just enjoying the game, having fun with it, and just being kids. And I'm not really putting any kind of pressure on them as far as that. And I think you see that too much. You see that too much with athletics nowadays, whether it's baseball, football, basketball. They're 10, they're 7. It's about just going out there, enjoying the game, having fun, and then letting them be kids.
Well, Alex, going into the Missouri Sports Hall of Fame on Sunday, alongside legend like the Chiefs defensive tackle, the Hall of Famer Curly Culp, you're going into the Hall in your hometown there now of Kansas City. What's it mean to you to go into the Hall of Fame and in a city where you played your entire career?
Yeah, tremendous. A tremendous honor. Wasn't expecting it to be this quick, but I'm very happy to be a part of it, and with a special group that's going in right now. And then I think they sent me a 2019's itinerary, and I got to open it up and just see all the list of people that have been inducted. And it kind of goes, you kind of forget all the great athletes that have been through Missouri, and what special names is on that list, over 750 people. So very, very fortunate and very honored to be joining that class, and couldn't be happier for it.
And on Sunday, Alex Gordon's name will be one of them. Alex, thank you very much for taking time to visit with us. Congratulations on just a great big league career and just a great career in general. Well done, and congratulations.
All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you for having me.